Hey folks, today is December the 21st. It's currently 9:05 in the morning. As you guys know, yesterday was a bit of a headache for me here. If you guys saw the update that I put on the website, you guys know exactly what happened and the issue I was having with my recording software. But there were also two updates that I wanted to put out there yesterday. I wasn't able to, so I want to make sure I get them out to you today. Of course, if you were on the website, you already saw them, but let's go ahead and jump into them for those that didn't visit the site yesterday. All right, first of all, everybody that asked me about the Signal X information, I put this up. As you can see, somebody asked about commodities trading with STM, and the vendor said it's slightly different to trade commodities, but we're going to cover that in the Signal X webinar in 2 weeks. So I'll make sure I attend that event, and I'll make sure that I bring back the facts and also hopefully show you guys exactly what that's about on my charts. All right, secondly, someone showed me an error I made in yesterday's. Actually, it's not yesterday's trade. It is Monday's trade at this point. The white signal dot is correct, but the yellow swing dot is on the wrong side of the trade. In order for this to have been a valid setup, the yellow dot would have needed to be on the same side of the signal dot. Let's see here. When the yellow dot is under the market, it basically acts as a level of support. And let's go ahead and take a look at that here. As you guys can see, the yellow swing dot is under the market, and that's acting as a level of support, same way it did here. When it's above the market, it acts as a level of resistance, same way it did here. So for this to have been a valid trade, we would have needed this yellow swing dot to have been up here. But in this situation, obviously, I took it as below the market. So that's something we're going to, or I should say I'm going to continue keeping an eye on in the future, and I've made note of that, as well as several other things I'm going to be including in the final review when we get to that. Obviously, if you guys see me make a mistake during testing, definitely let me know so that I can address that in an upcoming video, so that I can let everybody know, so that you guys won't make those same mistakes. All right, I think that's all of the updates I wanted to get out there. I was finally able to get the recording software fixed. Support came through for me, and this again is the iSprings recording software. And yeah, so let's go ahead and run through what we have going forward. And just to let you guys know what updates I currently have. Number one, the supply and demand zones are only valid once. Let me see if I can find an example of that. That's these zones right here. So that means once the market pushes into them and breaks them, these will disappear. So they're only valid one time. All right, instrument volatility on 1H needs to be over 20. I've already mentioned that. Let's see here. The yellow swing dot should coincide with the signal dot. That's what we just went over. No trading in sideways markets. We've talked about that already as well. Another thing that people have asked me that I'm going to be going over in the final review video is, does the indicator repaint? And at this point, I've watched it on multiple occasions for hours at this point, and no, the indicator does not repaint. From what I've seen, once that yellow dot pops there, once the green dot pops up there, they stay there, okay? And I think that's everything that I wanted to focus on for the final review. Another thing people have asked me, is it different than previous systems? Old Tree Publishing actually puts out a lot of different systems. They use the same platform, but different vendors, different systems to actually put them out. And a lot of people have asked me, let me see if I can get rid of that red dot, red line, if they're basically just repackaged. And from what I've seen with this particular system, right now I don't think this is repackaged of the Forex Libra code or the other system that I tested with them. It does definitely seem different. And in the final review, I'll be going over the differences that I have noticed. But that's where we're at right now. Those are just a few of the things I've come to find out at this point in my testing with it. Let's just keep on going through here and see if we can find any other issues. And again, make sure once you make your purchase, just email me with your ClickBank receipt, and I'll shoot out your calendar indicator there. Let's check out NZD USD. It's a 1 hour chart. Let's check out a 5. All right. And how the vendor uses the market movers indicator is basically he'll say these are the top 10 currency pairs that he's going to be looking into for that day. So today he'd pull up the NZD USD, the AUD USD, the AUD Japanese yen, and so on, and focus on those trades. So that kind of gives him an idea of what's going to be moving the most. All right, folks, let me go ahead and pause the video here so we don't let this run too long. We're already at 6 minutes. And I'll come back once we have a trade that we can take. All right, folks, I'm watching the GBP USD. As you can see, all three higher time frames are red. We have red right here, red right here. We have our white signal dot. We have a yellow swing dot. There's only one bar in between them, so that definitely counts. And I'm just waiting to make sure the cloud turns red here. All right, we have about 60 seconds until this bar ends. If everything looks good, we'll go ahead and enter. Let me just do a quick run through. This could be a potential setup as well. 2 higher time frames. Again, 2 higher time frames, green, green. We don't have our green and yellow dots over here, though. I'd like to see it a little closer. There's going to be some support around this level right here. But we'll see if we can get through that here. All right, so just based on what I'm seeing here, guys, again, all 3 higher time frames are red. Down here, we're red. We're red right here. We have our yellow swing dot above us. We have our white signal dot right here. It's only one bar between them. I'm just trying to really make sure that I only take trades that actually coincide with what the system tells us to do. And we also have the cloud is red here. So everything looks good for a short trade. Now let me go ahead and pause it and we'll see what happens. Folks, I'm looking at the USD Japanese yen. This was another potential trade. As you can see, 2 higher time frames are green. We got green here. Green here, we got our yellow swing dot, we got a green signal dot. So this would have been a potential trade setup. We would have entered right there. And we'd already be about 8 pips into profit. And one good thing that this trade had going for it is our 1 hour volatility is at 20.1. Whereas back here on our trade, you can see here it's at 19.5. So just a little bit higher. But this would have also been a great trade to take. I just want to watch this one and see if that one would have been a winner. Obviously, I can't, watch 3 or 4 charts at the same time. Well, I could, but my screen would be a hot mess. So that's why I only view one at a time. All right, let me just get this set up here. 13.13. We'll see when that would have gone through it. Wow, that was a heck of a move on the USD CAD here. We didn't have news, so I'm not sure what caused that spike. All right, let me go ahead and pause it and I'll come back. All right, guys, just step back, and as you guys can see, the market came up, just touched our stop, and took us out. We do have a yellow dot and a green dot right here. This was from what I've seen, a valid setup. It's just everyone can't be a winner. All right, if you guys have any questions on the scientific trading machine, definitely just shoot me an email. Bit of a disappointing start back, but it is what it is. Hopefully we'll be able to close out the rest of the week with a few nice winners.